Top of the third inning, Red Sox have a 1-0 advantage. Great to have with us Coach Steve Bandura and Monet Davis in the booth up here as we get ready for the third inning. And I'll start with you, Coach. Tell us a little bit about this trip you guys are currently on right now and where you're headed.
I would say it's a 23-day, 20-city tour, tribute to the civil rights movement. We headed down through the Deep South, Atlanta, Birmingham, Montgomery, Selma, Jackson, Little Rock, and Memphis, and worked our way back up north. And tomorrow we'll be in New York, and Friday we'll be home.
Well, Monet, your first trip to Fenway Park?
Yes.
What was it like being on the cover of Sports Illustrated? That had to be incredibly cool.
It was really cool. I was a little shocked, but when I started reading it, I thought it was really cool.
Well, tonight's throwing out the first pitch here at Fenway Park, too. You're nervous about that at all? Probably not.
Not really.
Here it is right here. You got to meet Dustin Pedroia as well.
Yes.
And many of the other Red Sox here as well. Glad to certainly see you here at the ballpark.
Thank you.
What was it like to compete in the Little League World Series last summer?
That was a lot of fun. We got to meet a lot of great players from around the world, and it just gives us an experience that we will never forget.
And Coach, this tour, as you mentioned, going all over the place. 4,000 miles in total.
4,000 miles in a 1947 unair-conditioned bus.
I was going to ask you about that, too. As this one is lined down the right field line, going to be a fair ball. As Victorino cutting it off, as Gillespie heading for second base has himself a leadoff double to begin things here in the third inning.
Gillespie found himself ahead, a 3-1 count, gets a fastball and shoots it the other way. Well played out here by Victorino. That ball gets by him, and Gillespie still running. But the leadoff man at second base in scoring position.
Where have you been already on this trip?
We started in D.C., worked our way down through the South, those cities I mentioned, and came up through Louisville, Cincinnati. We went to Pittsburgh, Cooperstown, and from Cooperstown.
Did you know any of the people that you were on this trip with before you started on this trip with this group?
Yes.
You did?
I've known them for about 6 years now.
Okay. Well, you'll get to know each other certainly on this trip on the bus.
Absolutely.
Throughout as a swing and miss here. Well, the tour is a tribute to Jackie Robinson, the Negro Leagues, and the Civil Rights Movement. They'll go 4,000 miles, and they'll get a first-hand look at the various places where the major civil rights events of the 20th century took place. They will be playing games against local youth baseball teams in each city along the way. As we thank the both for coming up, Steve and Monet, great to see you guys. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you. Now it is 1-0. Red Sox with the lead, and a strikeout for Wade Miley, his third K.